The richest looking person in your friend group might be the most broke person in the room, not because they are stupid, not because they never make money, but because almost every symbol of success can be financed, leased, borrowed, or delayed. The car can be leased. The apartment can be stretched. The clothes can sit on a credit card. The vacation can be paid for later. And the confidence you see in public can be hiding panic in private. Corey looked successful. He drove the BMW, he wore the expensive clothes, he picked restaurants everyone else secretly checked twice before agreeing to. He ordered without hesitation. He tipped like nothing hurt. He had the kind of apartment that made people assume his life was ahead of theirs before they even asked how he paid for it. For a long time, I thought Corey was winning. Then, one night, after a birthday dinner, the image cracked. We were sitting outside near the parking lot. It was after 2 in the morning. Everyone else had left. Corey was quieter than usual, staring at his phone like it had said something he did not want to believe. Then he said, "I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this." At first, I thought he meant work. Then he opened his banking app, $412 in checking, zero in savings, about $31,000 in debt, credit cards, a personal loan, and the car lease all stacked on top of each other. Then he said the part that changed how I saw him. He had stopped contributing to his 401k more than a year earlier. Not because he had a better plan, not because he was investing somewhere else, but because he needed the cash flow to keep the image alive. The car, the apartment, the dinners, the clothes, the version of Corey everyone admired. That night taught me something most people learn too late. Looking rich and being rich are not even close to the same thing. Some people are not using money to build wealth. They are using debt to protect an identity they cannot actually afford. And from the outside, those two lives can look almost identical. A wealthy person can drive a nice car. A broke person can lease one. A wealthy person can eat at expensive restaurants. A broke person can put the bill on a credit card. A wealthy person can live in a beautiful apartment. A broke person can spend half a paycheck just to keep the address. The surface does not tell you the truth. The cash flow does. After Corey told me the truth, I started noticing signs I had ignored before. Not to judge him, not to feel better than anyone in debt, but to understand how easily financial pressure hides behind a lifestyle that looks impressive. The first sign is strange behavior when the bill arrives. Not everyone who checks the bill is broke. Being careful with money is smart. But someone under hidden financial pressure often has a very specific relationship with restaurant math. If they ordered the most, they push for an even split. If someone else ordered the most, suddenly every dollar needs to be exact. Corey did both. At the time, I thought it was just his personality. Later, I realized it was cash flow anxiety wearing a confident face. When money is tight, the bill is not just a bill. It becomes a test. Can the image survive another night? Can they look generous without feeling exposed? Can they keep acting relaxed while their checking account is already tense? That is why the dinner table can reveal more than the driveway. The second sign is a premium car with no financial margin behind it. A car lease can make sense for some people. The issue is not the lease itself. The issue is when the car becomes the strongest proof of success in a life with no savings. Corey's BMW made him look like he had crossed some invisible line into adulthood. Every time he parked it, people noticed. Every time he stepped out of it, the image worked. But the car did not build equity. It did not raise his net worth. It did not make him more secure. It only created a payment that had to be fed before his future could eat. That is the trap. The badge is visible. The payment is invisible. The leather seats are visible. The opportunity cost is invisible. The moment of admiration is visible. The retirement contribution that never happened is invisible. A person can look like they are moving forward while their money is being pulled backward every month. The third sign is that they talk fluently about spending, but go silent around investing. People who build wealth do not always brag about it. Many are quiet. but they usually have some relationship with the future. They might mention a 401 CAC, an IRA, index funds, an emergency fund, a down payment, or even a plan to pay off debt. Corey talked about spending like an expert. He knew restaurants, he knew sneakers, he knew watches, he knew car packages, he knew which apartment buildings had the right lobby, the right lighting, the right reputation. But when the conversation moved toward investing, he disappeared. He would change the subject, make a joke, or act like retirement was too far away to matter. At first, I thought he found it boring. Now I think future money reminded him of what present spending had already taken. That is one of the clearest signs of financial performance. The present is loud, the future is silent. And when someone is secretly broke, silence can feel safer than honesty. The fourth sign is a home that looks finished because everything inside it is financed. Corey's apartment looked perfect. New couch, new table, new lights, new television, matching shelves, clean kitchen. Everything looked intentional, like a person who had already arrived. Then I found out much of it was on payment plans. Again, payment plans are not automatically bad. A 0% offer can be useful if someone has discipline, cash reserves, and a real plan. But that was not what Corey had. He had a payment for the car, a payment for the furniture, a payment for the phone, a payment for credit cards, a payment for subscriptions, a payment for the lifestyle. Each one looked small alone. Together, they turned his paycheck into a hallway with too many locked doors. That is how debt often grows. Not from one dramatic disaster, but from a series of normal purchases that each seem too reasonable to question. The problem is not one purchase. The problem is when your entire life is built out of payments that leave no room for you. The fifth sign is knowing luxury brands better than interest rates. Corey could explain why one watch looked more premium than another. He knew which shoes were limited, which restaurants had status, which car trim looked better, and which phone color would sell out first. But he did not know his credit card APR. He did not know how much interest he paid each month. He did not know what his personal loan was really costing him. He did not know what stopping his 401 KEK contribution might cost him over decades. That was because attention follows identity. If your identity is built around looking successful, you study the things that make success visible: brands, cars, apartments, restaurants, phones, clothes. But wealth is built in the boring places: interest rates, savings rates, contribution rates, debt payoff plans, fees, taxes, time. What you pay attention to eventually becomes what your money serves. Corey's attention served the image. His money followed. The sixth sign is panic over small emergencies. Everyone gets annoyed by unexpected expenses. A car repair is annoying, a medical bill is annoying, a broken phone is annoying. But there is a difference between inconvenience and crisis. When someone has financial margin, a $600 surprise hurts, but it does not destroy the month. When someone is secretly broke, even a small emergency can feel like the floor disappearing. Corey once had a car repair bill under $600. From the outside, that should not have ruined someone with his lifestyle. But it did. He got tense, irritable, quiet. He canceled plans and joked about being temporarily poor, but it was not temporary. It was the truth leaking out. Emergencies do not always create financial weakness. Sometimes they reveal it. A person with no margin is not truly relaxed. They are just one surprise away from being exposed. The seventh sign is having too many small payments to know what life really costs. A streaming service, a premium app, a gym membership, cloud storage, delivery memberships, software trials, phone insurance, monthly furniture payments, buy now, pay later charges that seemed harmless at checkout. None feel big enough to change your life alone. Together, they change your paycheck. Corey did not have one huge, obvious leak. He had dozens of tiny ones. And tiny payments have a psychological advantage. They do not feel like decisions anymore. They feel like background noise. But enough background noise becomes a bill. This is why people can say, I don't know where my money goes, even while every dollar is following instructions they gave months ago. Secret debt survives when people stop auditing the small withdrawals that prove their lifestyle is already too expensive. The eighth sign is needing visible upgrades to feel like life is moving forward. For Corey, the newest phone was not about function. The designer jacket was not just about warmth. The expensive dinner was not just about food. Each upgrade gave him a feeling. Umbertel moving. I am not behind. I belong in the room. I look like the person I am trying to become. That feeling is powerful because debt does not always feel like failure in the beginning. Sometimes it feels like confidence. Sometimes it feels like progress. Sometimes it feels like finally catching up. That is what makes it dangerous. A person can borrow money and feel richer for a moment. They can finance a lifestyle and feel successful for a week. They can swipe the card and feel like they have become someone new. But eventually the payment arrives, and the feeling is gone. Now they are not paying for the item. They are paying for the identity. And the most expensive identity is the one you cannot afford to stop performing. The ninth sign is always having a future excuse for why they are not saving yet. This was Corey's clearest pattern. He was going to start saving after the holidays. Then after the trip. Then after the credit card was lower. Then after the next bonus. Then after rent stabilized. Then after life calmed down. But life never calmed down. There was always another reason to spend now and save later. That is one of the most dangerous financial traps because it still lets you feel responsible. You are not saying saving does not matter. You are saying it matters later. That little word protects the ego. Later makes delay feel temporary. Later makes avoidance sound like planning. Later lets the lifestyle continue without forcing a decision today. But money does not wait for your perfect season. Debt keeps charging interest. Retirement keeps getting closer. Compounding keeps rewarding the people who started before they felt ready. And every year you delay, the future gets more expensive to repair. After Corey told me the truth, I went home and looked at my own life differently. My Civic did not look impressive, but it was paid off. My apartment did not impress anyone, but the rent fit my budget. My clothes were ordinary, but I did not carry credit card debt. My weekends were quieter, but my 401k was still moving. My emergency fund was not huge, but it was real. For the first time, I understood that I had been comparing the wrong things. I was comparing my visible life to Corey's visible life. But wealth is not built in the visible layer. It is built underneath. The money you do not spend, the debt you do not carry, the emergency you can survive, the retirement account nobody sees, the boring decision you repeat when nobody claps for it. That is real financial strength. Not because it looks powerful, because it gives you options. Corey had status, but he did not have room. Every paycheck already had a job before it arrived. Every bill tightened the cage. Every expensive choice required another sacrifice somewhere else. And the hardest part was that people admired the version of Corey that was trapping the real Corey. That is why this matters. The goal is not to judge someone in debt. Millions of people are under pressure. The modern money system makes it easy to borrow, finance, upgrade, subscribe, and compare yourself into a corner. Credit can make a lifestyle appear years before the wealth exists to support it. Social media makes the pressure worse. You see the car, not the lease. You see the vacation, not the balance. You see the apartment, not the empty savings account. You see the outfit, not the missed retirement contribution. And if you are not careful, you start copying the image without seeing the cost. That is how people end up broke while looking successful. One payment at a time. One upgrade at a time. One dinner at a time. I'll start saving later at a time. The deeper lesson is simple. Visible spending tells you almost nothing about financial health. A person can look rich and be drowning. A person can look ordinary and be building real wealth. The leased car is visible. The paid-off car is quiet. The designer jacket is visible. The emergency fund is quiet. The restaurant bill is visible. The 401 KEK contribution is quiet. And because real wealth is quiet, it can feel less impressive than fake wealth. That is why so many people abandon the boring path. They want proof now. They want the signal now. They want the world to see they are doing well now. But money does not care how successful you appear. Money only responds to what you keep, what you owe, what you invest, what you protect, and what you repeat. Corey looked rich, but his future was paying for the performance. And once I saw that, my old Civic did not feel embarrassing anymore. It felt like freedom, because maybe real wealth is not the ability to impress people who barely know you. Maybe real wealth is the ability to sleep at night without your lifestyle chasing you into the next paycheck. So here's the uncomfortable question. Have you ever met someone who looked rich, but later realized the money was not real? Or have you ever felt pressure to look more successful than your finances could support? Comment below, because this is one of the money conversations people almost never admit out loud. And if this story helped you see money different in the JC and D, like the video and subscribe to Money Logic for more stories about the hidden math behind everyday financial decisions. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It reflects general financial ideas and personal perspective, not personal financial advice. Always do your own research and consider speaking with a qualified financial professional before making major financial decisions.